Hey, what's going on, guys? Back with another deck profile for the July 2015 Konami Banlist, and today I'll be showing you guys an updated version of my Chain Beat deck. So starting off with the monsters, we of course have the triple Wind-Up Rabbit and two Evil Sworn Thunderbird. This is basically one of the main focal points of the deck, just being able to basically banish these cards away and dodge them away from certain effects. With Thunderbird, it's really nice because when he banishes away and comes back, he becomes 300 points stronger, so he's a nice 1950 beater. He's only a once per turn, though, so you can't do like multiple Thunderbirds, and you have to respond to a card effect. Whereas with Rabbit, it's not a once per turn, and it can be done at any time except during the damage steps. That's why I do play the free Rabbit, to searchable off a 10 key, and it's a little bit more easily chainable than the Thunderbird. Then we have the two chapters from Melio. This card really just is so nice to splash into just about any anti-meta based deck, because just being able to normal summon this, get a +1 and search out a powerful trap is really good, especially for a deck like this that relies so much on abusing its back row. Then for one of monsters, we have the one Banisher, basically macro on legs with 1600 attack. The one Bear, another searchable Tenki target that can actually allow you to get utility out of your Tenkis to destroy a monster, and then when he inflicts foul damage, you can search another Tenki. So he's just a nice toolbox card overall. The one Fossil Dyna for, of course, Vanity's Emptiness on legs. The one Neospatian Grand Mole for bouncing those annoying monsters back to the hand. And then finally the one Thunder King Ryo, which of course is the granddaddy of all anti-meta. So now onto the spells. Starting off, we of course have the triple pod duality. Really the only time we special summon for this deck is if we need to go into an emergency Xyz play, or if our Black Garden is special summoning. So just the free duality is just really good for digging to get to our combo pieces that we need. Then for field spells, we have the two Black Garden and the one Seal Hori Calcos. Of course, with Black Garden, any monster that's summoned, except for the Rose tokens, their attack points are halved permanently, even if Black Garden leaves the field. And then, if that monster is summoned, you special summon a Rose token onto the opposing player's side of the field. So, like, if you summon a monster, they get a Rose token. If they summon a monster, you get a Rose token. So this just is really good because it just provides you some really good control. And if you can play this after you play like a big anti-meta monster like Thunder King, it just makes it look even beefier than what it actually is. And it combos off so well with your Rabbit and Thunderbird, because you can just banish them away, and then they get placed back on the field, not special summon back with their original attack, which is really nice. And the reason to play the Seal Hori Calcos over a third Garden is because there's times where your opponent's going to have a bunch of monsters on board, and Black Garden's not really going to do anything. So the Seal Hori Calcos is just nice, either going for extra damage or just to try to get that extra attack to beat over monsters. Then for searchers, we have the two Fire Formation Tenki to search out the free Rabbit and one Bear, and then the one Terraforming to search out our field spells. The two Forbidden Lance, mostly here to protect our non-bouncer monsters, everything that's not Rabbit and Thunderbird from spell and trap effects. It's also good as a battle trap as well, since our monsters are relatively weak. And then for the final spell, we of course have the one Raigeki. So now to round out the main deck with the traps. So probably my favorite trap in the main deck here is definitely the two Compulsory Escape Device. This card is just so funny with how it works, and it really just throws the opponent off guard, because no one really ever encounters this card except in a deck like this. Basically, the effect is both players have to choose one monster they control and shuffle it back into the deck. It's an effect that doesn't target, doesn't affect the monster. It's a player-based effect. And the neat thing is, each player doesn't actually have to select their targets until this card resolves. So you can get really creative with this by, in response to this, chain away your Rabbits and Thunderbirds to where at the end of the chain, when this is about to resolve, if your Rabbit and Thunderbirds are not on the field and you have no monster on the field, you won't have to shuffle anything, but your opponent still will. Or you can even just shuffle back in a Rose token that's not really doing any good. So really with Compulse, it's just non-targeting, non-monster affecting removal that can really just make your opponent go minus and you not go minus at all. Then for some effect negation, we have the two Fiendish Chain and two Lose One Turn. This deck is very kind of back row and floodgate heavy, so again, I just don't want to go too hard with the continuous traps to clog up my back row. But yeah, it's just really good for effect negation. Biggest reason not to play the free Lose One Turn, other than just clogging up my back row, is because if I control a Black Garden token that was special summon, I actually cannot activate Lose One Turn, so I just got to be careful when I'm playing it. But yeah, I think the 2-2 ratio is enough there for effect negation. The 2 Mirror Force protects monsters, protects you from being OTK'd, and then it just combos off really well with Banisher and Macrocosmos. Then for Murmelio targets, we have the 1 Bottomless, the 1 Nightmare, and the 1 Void Trap Hole. Then for other one-ofs, we have the 1 Compulse, the 1 Macrocosmos, Solemn Warning, Torrential Tribute, and finally the 1 Vanny's Emptiness. So that was a 40-card main deck, 12 monsters, 12 spells, and 16 traps. Now on to the extra deck. So starting off for some rank frees, we have Ghost Drake Alucard, number 30 Acid Golem if you need a beater, and then Zen Mains if you need a stall. Then for 4s, we have Abyss Dweller, Kieran to protect our floodgates, Castel, Dark Rebellion, Exciton Knight, Cowboy, 101, 103. Really good in this deck, considering that you have Black Garden and Forbidden Lance to modify attack, so you can really just take advantage of that with Ragnar Zero, just being able to pop your opponent's monsters and also draw off of it, which is really nice. The 1 Diamond Crab Cane if we need a quick towers out. Heartland Draco, because of course it can poke directly for game, and then while we control Black Garden or Steelbordy Kalkos, it can't be targeted for attacks as well. Then we have the combination of Ptolemaeus and Diamond for, of course, Brandidus and Shadal's. So now to wrap it up with the side deck. So starting off, we have the 2 Artifact Lancia. Unfortunately, since one of the key aspects of our deck is being able to banish away our Rabbits and Thunderbirds, we can't quite play Iron Wall because it gets in our way too much, but we can play Lancia just as a way to stun banishing for a turn against something like, say, Spiritual Beasts or Infernoids or even Necros. Then, of course, we can just chain our Rabbits and Thunderbirds away to make sure that they're protected as well, so that's why I do run the 2 Lancia. Then for some other monsters, we have the 2nd Banisher and 2nd Fossil Dyna in the side. Basically, for those matchups, they're going to be really heavy on Spell Summoning or really heavy on Graveyard or even both, so just figured I'd have those in the side. The triple MST, mostly here for counter traps that get in our way. Not really a lot of floodgates that really get in our way. It's really just Decree and Skill Drain mostly. So yeah, MST is mostly there for that. The triple Mind Crush for those search heavy decks. The 2 Master Restrict to try to shut down Cleaforts. They're probably this deck's toughest matchup, just because a lot of the anti-meta based cards don't really affect them that much, and they just have so much spot removal built within the deck. So Master Restrict is just really good at shutting down a lot of that, and also trying to keep them from being their big monsters on board, especially towers. Then for one-ofs, we have the 1 Chaos Trap Hole, mostly for Denko, but also for those Light and Dark based decks. The 1 Soul Drain to shut down those graveyard decks. Then finally the 1 Time Space Trap Hole, again as a side deck option to side in for Nightmare. So that is it for my updated version on Chainbeat, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this deck. It's definitely a different one, considering it just features so many anti-meta monsters. It's definitely not one that's meant to win in a few turns, but it's just more meant to control the game, which is kind of why I like it. So, yeah, let me know all that in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.